One time out of 10, 2 times won't you be mine? We just can't pretend. This love thing can take time. 3 times then I'm in. I heard through the grapevines.
What's
you
crackin'?
missing a playtime.
What's up, you guys?
Girl.
How's everybody doing?
Your beauty make 'em bow down. I need that body right now. Yeah. The love will never die down. Together we can fly now. So, baby, don't you ever be afraid of falling in love with me. Let me be your parachute. Parachute.
I'm having a heart attack, guys. Paul, I text you. I
One
almost got a
time
full heart
out of
attack.
10, 4 times on the state lines. We fly till the end. My hands on your waistline. Sky high, feel the wind. 5 times won't you be mine? This love thing can take time. Yeah. And no matter how long it takes, I'll be right here by your side. I'll be right here by your side forever. And no matter the ups and downs, I'll be right here by your side. I'll be right here by your side forever. Yeah.
It's bigger than it's better.
Your beauty make 'em bow down.
I like that.
I need that body right now.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some last minute stuff done. And I figured I'd give you a different
The love will
angle.
never die down.
All right.
Together
Let me
we
do
can
this stuff now.
fly
I got 2
now.
minutes. 2 minutes.
Baby, don't you ever be afraid of falling in love with me. Let me be your parachute. Parachute. Let's fly, let's fly, let's fly. You and I. Yeah. Hey, let's fly, let's fly, let's fly. You and I, and no matter how long it takes, I'll be right here by your side. I'll be right here by your side. You know this. And no matter the ups and downs, I'll be right here by your side. I'll be right here by your side forever. Yeah. Baby, don't you ever be afraid of falling in love with me. Let me be your parachute. Parachute. Yeah. 1 time out of 10, 6 past 7, 8, 9. We fly till the end. My hands on your waistline. Sky high, feel the wind. 10 times won't you be mine? This love thing can take time. Yeah.
You know what? I ain't messing with you. How many seconds do we have? 34 seconds. Well, I guess I will go to the next scene. What is crackin', fam? How are you guys doing today? I'm wearing my Ecamm shirt because I love me some Ecamm. What is poppin', everybody? Paul said he's out of a job. No, Paul, you are not, Mr. Moderator. You are never out of a job. Listen, Mr. Moderator keeps me on track, and so I'm going to try really hard not to get sidetracked. I'm going to try really hard to speak English today. So last week, earlier this week, I rewired my whole desk and it looks so pretty. There's no more hanging wires. There's no more rat's nest. I do need to buy a P-Touch, a label maker, because I can see the value in labeling which USB-C cable goes to my Rodecaster, which USB-C cable goes to my face cam, which HDMI goes to one of my 4 cameras. So I had some issues last week where I had to factory reset. That was, I think, on Tuesday. I had to factory reset the Rodecaster Pro. And then I'm a fan of 3M tape. If there's like this extreme, and if we switch, if we come over here, this extreme 3M mounting tape. So I have that. And I also have I don't even know where my roll went. So I have a roll. And I'm not going to go too crazy. I have a roll of 3M tape. And what I do with the 3M tape, the roll of 3M tape, is that I take like the power bricks and I will, you know, tape the power brick either under the desk or to the back of the monitor. So if we go back to this scene here, behind the monitor, literally right over here, but on the backside, the power brick to the LG monitor is stickied there. So I tell you guys that because my cables are all nice and clean under here. I used reusable zip ties. I used sticky cable ties. I showed you guys some of this stuff last year. These are my friend here. Let me see over here. There you go. So these are, I love these things. So these are sticky, right? And this goes to the back of the desk. And then what I do is with the reusable zip ties, that is not reusable. I don't have any more reusable zip ties. Coño. Well, for this demonstration, I can't close it. But basically, what you do is I put this right under the desk. I take my reusable zip ties, and then I take all my cables and I bundle. So it's like this, right? From the bottom of the desk, all the USB-C cables, all my whatever power cables, all go through here. And then the reusable zip ties are closed. And it's important when you're setting up your desk to use either like Velcro or, so like Gigi's saying Velcro's her jam, right? Like I use like these Velcro ties or something that you can open and close again, because obviously we are always adding things and it just helps to keep it more organized. Okay, so that's what I did last week. And so I have an Element hub from CalDigit, the Element Thunderbolt 4 hub, that I took my 3M tape and I took the hub. It's an actual like Thunderbolt 4 dock, and I stickied it to the bottom of the desk, and that is a no-no because it ended up overheating literally 10 minutes or 20 minutes before. Let me close this because Cola's down here. It ended up overheating all of my cameras, everything that was connected to it. So my 2 cam links, my Elgato face cam, I have an AverMedia capture card. Everything just completely shut down. I had a whole panic attack. I had to, and then because it's super powerful 3M tape, it was impossible to unpeel it from the bottom of my desk. And so, yeah. So I literally broke out a sweat. I brought the knife down here. I brought a flathead screwdriver, a knife. I was like, trying not to kill myself, trying not to break the hub. I put the hub, guys, this was all happening about 15 minutes. And Paul, he probably didn't see it because I know he was on another stream. Now he texts, oh, okay. Well, I saw the message later, but I'm texting Paul. I'm like, every single cam link died on me. I put the hub in the freezer to cool down, plugged everything back in. Needless to say, I did not mount the hub back because it needs obviously better airflow. And so if my cameras stop working, we know what happened, but it shouldn't happen because now it's just out in the open. So I was trying to figure that stuff out. All right. Thank you for listening to my story. Don't ever do what I just did. Let me say hello to you guys, and then we're going to get into today's post. I'm really excited to talk about today's topic. You guys are all here. Soul Vids, what is cracking? How are you? Gigi is here. What is poppin'? And for those of you guys interested in People of Video, whether physical, in person, or in the virtual tickets, our very own Glenisa Gailliard. I had to practice saying her last name a lot the very first time she came on my live stream because I wanted to enunciate her last name properly. So Glenisa Gailliard will be a guest speaker for People of Video. She will be talking all things legal because she is an attorney. So she will be talking all things legal, and she does have her own discount code. I have it posted in my community, my Tech Talk community. And Gigi, feel free to post it here as well, your link. What is going on, Obs? I cannot talk this evening. How are you? What is it cracking? Gretchen, how are you? Gretchen says, I have India on YouTube on the old computer. India Mighty Networks open on my laptop. Don't want to miss anything. Oh, very cool. Very cool. We are going to go over the Mighty Network, so I'm very excited. This is why Mr. Moderator said he was out of a job, because I started sending my own messages. But I was just reconnecting my Stream Deck. So let's switch angles again so you guys can see. And I know Cicely loved me for this shortcut, because what you can do is, come on. Okay, there you are. So what you can do is with your Stream Deck, so I have a bunch of red buttons over here. I have some blue buttons. You can log in to your account and then do customized messages the way I'm going to do right now. I'm going to press this button. And what that does is that will send a YouTube message while you are live streaming, or send pre-composed messages to Twitter. And so I was testing that out because it hadn't been working. And the reason why I was testing that out is because we are going to talk about the Mighty Networks community. So I've been mulling over, we did a live stream a few weeks ago. I did a community post, and I've been mulling over where I wanted to put my community, right? Like, it was like, do I do Discord? Do I do Mighty Networks? There's definitely pros and cons to each. This is not going to be a discussion about which one is better, because the decision has been made, right? I decided to use Mighty Networks. And the biggest reason I can talk to you about, the biggest reason is just for ease of use and simplicity. I think that with Mighty Networks, there won't be much tech support needed or much figuring out. It's very similar to a Facebook. The aesthetic is very similar to a Facebook community. And so we are going to go over my setup today. We're going to talk about the benefits of my community and how I'm looking to bring value to you. Of course, it's a community, so that is a two-way thing. So I'm hoping that you guys can help build the community and bring value to the community as well. We did have some early adopters. So like Gretchen said, Gretchen got the link earlier today. She has already signed up and posted and created her own introduction. Paul, of course, gets first dibs on everything. He is my moderator. So Paul, you'll never be out of a job. So Paul has been a part of the community, I think, since I launched it. I think I launched it, let's say, on a Tuesday, and Paul had access as a moderator the very next day. So, Richard, what is cracking? How are you doing today? Let's see. Just want to finish saying hello to everyone. You love the countdown overlay? Oh, thank you. Right? It was cool, the black and white. I thought it was a little bit different, so I'll probably keep that for a little bit of time. All right, catching up, you guys. All right. Paul Burke, PBJ, says, I was writing in my diary. Dear diary, what a day today. I created a new intro graphic and brought some new lights. You know what? You are funny. Cicely is also an earlier adopter for the community, so I'm very excited to have you there as well. Paul says, these are the... You know what, Paul? You better leave me alone. These are the real instructions. Got a question for India? Remember, your question should look like this. Q colon in front of it. Otherwise is just a comment. And also, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. I appreciate you. I do still have the Wave XLR. I have to ship it back to Dr. Elo. I think he comes back in 2 weeks. So I've been testing out some other things. We'll talk about that after the overview. So if you guys have time, you can hang out and we'll go a little bit off time on Tuesdays. But I still have to do some videos. But I was trying to figure out the best way on how I wanted to do videos with screen sharing and stuff. So I'll talk to you a little bit about that. Mark, thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. What's cracking? I appreciate the support. Kimberly Gunn, crazy story. I know. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you as well. Yes, it was in the freezer. And then I had a whole panic attack because it went from extreme heat to extreme cold. And I was like, oh my God, I just broke my hub. Oh my God. Anyway, Paul says, if you see a bright flash and a puff of smoke, you will know there was moisture. Stop, chill. All right, let's see. All right, there you go. So Gigi does have, so she has a dope code, $150 off of registration. That does not count for the virtual tickets because the virtual tickets obviously are the cheapest. And I don't think she's making money off of it. I think it's just, I know she's not making money off of it, but the attorney in her somehow negotiated that amazing discount. So you absolutely want to support her there. This is the link. Very cool, Gigi. So it is peopleofvideo.com/travel esquired. I will favorite that and bring that up a few times throughout the evening. So Kevin Cox, what is cracking? How are you doing? Always a good day when Kevin can show up on time to the stream. I love you, Kevin. Dean says, hey, India, nice, neat wiring doesn't work for people like you and me that are always adding and removing equipment to and from your rig. I'll give you a few weeks before you start cutting zip ties. You know what, Dean? Oh, wait, hold on. This is all wonky. That is why I try to use reusable zip ties, because if not, anyway, it was a big discussion. And I feel like it's still going to be discussions going back and forth. But anyway. Cicely already coming through with the feedback. She says, when I signed up for your community today, it was easy to navigate Mighty Networks. That is what I want to hear. Very, very exciting. I picked Mighty Networks because of their headquarters is 3/4 of a mile walk from Paul. That's exactly what it is. So when I have issues, Paul's actually going to be the one to go talk to corporate for me. So. And Kevin, reminding everyone, right along with Mr. Moderator, don't forget to hit that like button. I appreciate you guys. What is cracking? Valerie, how are you doing? I think, oh, look at who just showed up. What is cracking? Okay, so Dr. Elo just got back. That means that I need to hurry up and do a handful of things because Dr. Elo and I are also working on a project together. But that means that I need to hurry up and record my Wave XLR videos so I can send him back. His back. What is going on, David Harvey? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. All right. So one of the things that I was doing, and I think I'm going to do it this way to keep an easier eye on things, and I'm just going to switch this really quick. So you see I have my MacBook here. Move this back a little bit. I have my MacBook Pro over here. This is a 16-inch M1 Pro MacBook Pro. If that's not a tongue twister, I don't know what is. But this is the 2020 MacBook Pro. Check this out. There is an HDMI cable coming out from that side. We're going to talk about this more on Tuesday. So a sneak peek for this. I have my power cable. And you can see here, I don't want you to see the words, but there's stuff up on the screen. And so what I did was, I've always had HDMI splitters. And so I was thinking about the best case to do a screen share, whether it's for tutorials, whether it's for things like this. You guys who use Ecamm know that sometimes with the screen sharing, sizing the screens is not always the best. I mean, they gave us better options now, definitely much better than what it was 2 years ago, but it can still be wonky. Alec Johnson from Take One Tech did a video last week because I asked him. He uses built-in file sharing, another live stream for another day. He showed an option that works very well. I was actually really impressed with it. If you're showing a lot of letters on the screen, I didn't like it because it does show up clearly, but there is latency. And so what happens is you do see the letters fuzzy for a couple of seconds. I would say about 3 to 5 seconds. And then it kind of kicks in. And so it reminded me where people were doing this 2 years ago before, if they wanted to have an alternative to NDI, that's another way to bring your screen in, is that you can take the HDMI out of your computer. So like you're going to send your signal to a monitor and connect that signal to a capture card, right? Like a cam link 4K. And then you can bring the cam link in. Koa, come downstairs. Koa has been terrorizing my life this week, guys. She broke my MacBook Pro charger, the MagSafe charger. Koa, come here. Come here, girl. I don't want her to go upstairs because I'm going to have to crate her. But anyway, what I did was I took my Camlink 4K. I have my HDMI cable coming out over here, and I have an HDMI splitter. So right now, this is the ZV-1, what you're looking at. The ZV-1 is going to the Camlink splitter. And it is currently on the input, right? So it's like when you connect multiple HDMI inputs to your computer, to your TV, you have input 1, input 2, input 3. The splitter does the same exact thing. So right now, the ZV-1 HDMI is connected to input number 1 on the splitter. Then this cable here for my MacBook is connected on the third input on the splitter. And what that does is you're not going to be able to see it. I'm going to set it up a little bit differently for Tuesday's Tech Talk. But what that does is that now I can bring in this screen in a much more cleaner format than doing like a screen share, doing NDI and things like that. So I am going to switch scenes. Let me get the right scene. Maybe this one. Yeah, and then here. Yep, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm switching scenes. And so what's going to happen is this is my main camera, right, where you're looking at straight ahead. And then the background over here, that's going to switch. And what's going to happen is this is going to switch. And what's going to show up is the Mighty Networks community on my computer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the button on my switcher. And hopefully that wasn't another reason why my computer died. It takes a second. So now the screen goes black. And look at this. Looky, looky, winner, winner, chicken dinner. So you are looking at my MacBook screen. It is completely separate. So now you can see all the windows that I have open, right? You can see how quick it works. You can look at the quality. So that's another thing that was really important to me. I'm just going to open up another window. What's really important, especially when you're doing demos like the demo that I'm going to do with Mighty Networks, where a lot of it is around wording, right? You guys are going to read this stuff. I was trying to figure out the best solution so that it doesn't come up blurry and stuff. And so I think the 4K, if you have an additional cam link, it is, or if you don't have it, I take it back. If you don't have an additional cam link using a splitter, you can use an existing one. Come hang out with me on this week's Tech Talk Tuesdays, and then we will go over that setup. Okay, all right. Cool. So Gretchen says, I agree with Cicely. Mighty Networks made navigation clear and simple. That is fantastic That's really important. So what do I want to do? I'm going to, let me just, I know why. So I'm going to bring these under. And if I come back, this should come above me. No? What's happening here? All right, so let me delete that and let me bring up another one. That's interesting. All right, so if I come over here, there you go. All right, I was just trying to make sure because I don't want your comments blocked. And PBJ says, totally unrelated, but just wanted to share. YouTube just suggested my own short to me. What an impressive algorithm. All right, let me see. Okay, so we're going to get into the Tech Talk community through Mighty Network. If you have any questions, and I went a little bit off topic, but it was kind of on topic to show you how I'm bringing this stuff on screen here. If you have questions regarding the splitter, list the questions. Mr. Moderator, if you can do me a favor, if you can copy and paste those questions into a shared note, we can go over that stuff next week on Tuesday. So I may not answer it today, but definitely if you have any questions or anything that you want me to demonstrate, either regarding the HDMI splitter, regarding bringing in your computer screen via Camlink or some other capture card, definitely ask it tonight and I will put a pin in it and I will review it on Tuesday. And Dean says, what you have is an HDMI switcher, a splitter. You're right. My bad. Gosh, Dean, cut me some slack. I was saying the wrong thing. Yes, he is 100% right. A switcher, not a splitter. Gosh. Gretchen says, I got further on Mighty Networks in 15 minutes. See, this is what I am talking about. That is exciting. Okay, so another thing with this screen share stuff is that it acts like a monitor. So when you are bringing your computer in via Camlink, if you have the power cable connected, you can actually close your MacBook Pro, which I'm going to do now. And the MacBook Pro is closed. I paired my MacBook, my Magic Trackpad to my MacBook Pro, so that the MacBook Pro is out of the way, but we can still take a look at the software on a completely separate screen, and it looks great quality. Okay, cool. Perfect. So this is a win right here. The fact that Gretchen and Cicely have already, I haven't even posted the welcome video because I was doing that and my computer crapped out. But the fact that the feedback is, you can get further on Mighty Networks in 15 minutes than she has in Discord in several months without any direction from me is huge. And that is the driving factor, legit. That is the driving factor why I decided to go with Mighty Networks over Discord or any other platforms. So we'll get the uncomfortable awkwardness out of the way. If you want to join, Mr. Paul Duncan, I had to think about it, Mr. Moderator, does have the link to the community. I do have it here. That should come up. So there is a paid membership. It is $10 a month. So there is a support factor to me. If you are a supporter of mine, either via the Stream Deck Masterclass, or if you end up buying any of my masterclasses that I have in the long run, if you purchase a consulting/coaching session with me. So any of the products that I have on my Kajabi site gives you automatic access to my community here. And that's because those are higher ticketed items. So that is a perk, and that is a special thank you of you buying a higher ticketed item. You get to be a part of the community, and I'm not going to charge you more. If you don't have access to that, then it is a $10 a month fee. But I was thinking about how I can bring some value to that. I think I set up for the first 30 days to be free. A lot of you guys have supported me by buying me a cup of coffees, one or two. So I was trying to figure out the pricing. The pricing will go up eventually as I continue to grow the community. In the future, I don't know what the future, like when that is, but I do know that this $10 a month plan is for early supporters like you guys. And so if we go into it and if you click on the link, let's see what this looks like from an external person's perspective. Oh, darn it. I closed my computer and now I need to open my computer again because I need the keyboard. So that's okay. So I'm just going to come over here and I need to do an incognito window because I have to do it from the perspective of a brand new user. So if we go in and it is indiad.live, very simple, indiad.live, because all of my domains, if I can spell, let's do this again. Let me stop talking. https://indiad.live/community. There you go. And that is what it looks like from someone who is not a subscriber. So I just got to get control of the right mouse. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's bring myself over here. And so a little bit about me, a little bit about the community and what I'm looking to do with this community, why you should join, a special thanks. And there was supposed to be what you will get. If we go here and you click on choose, you can see that it is $10 a month. You get a discount if you buy the annual. There you go. And here is what you will get. So there you go. The benefits. That's what I was looking for. So some of the benefits that you will get is that I am going to start doing a members only Q&A weekly live stream. I do have to just narrow down the date and time, but that'll be within it's either going to be on a Zoom session or a Google Meet session because I do want it to be interactive. I don't want it to be kind of like a live stream where I'm just talking to you guys and you guys are putting in the chats, but I want it to be an interactive Q&A, and it could be a half an hour. It could be an hour, depending on how many people show up. Exclusive access to pre-recorded video content prior to public release. I'm not sure if I've mentioned it, but I am partnering with Mr. Camera Junkie, and Mr. Camera Junkie is coming. I'm hiring him to be my editor. So we're going to be joining forces. I'm going to be doing pre-recorded content, and he's going to take all the editing off of my hands. And I am going to be pushing out pre-recorded content starting next month. So I'm actually really excited for that. And so when I start doing that pre-recorded content, the members of the Mighty Network community will get first dibs access to that before the public. And then I think the biggest value add here, or I would hope for you guys, I don't know, maybe not, but in terms of when I was thinking about sessions and thinking about what can I give for the price point, is that as being a member from the community with the $10 a month, you will be able to schedule a one-on-one session with me once a month, every month, for as long as you're a member. And within that one-on-one session, we can go over whatever it is. So if you want to do something Stream Deck related, if you want me to help you with plugins, with customizing your lights, with getting your Stream Deck set up with Ecamm, if you need to do your run of show with Ecamm, if you have to test your interview mode or do some overlays or something like that, whatever it is, you have access to a special one-on-one session with me every single month. So I hope that I think that in itself, I would hope, I don't know, maybe you guys don't want to hang out with me. I figure since you come to the live streams the majority of the time that it could be a value add. Let me see. I am going to start doing backstage access. So when I do it, I know like sometimes when I do ladies' nights, this is more of like a chill thing. I am going to be in the process of starting to bring guests back on the show on Sundays. And then when we do the more technical things, right? Like on Tech Talk Tuesdays for those live streams, I just have to figure out again, the place. So the one thing that Discord does do good is that they actually do have their own hosting where everyone can be on camera and everyone can talk. Mighty Networks doesn't necessarily have that, but we can do that within a Zoom session. We can do that within a Google Meets session, right? So it's in theory the same thing as long as you guys have the link. And so once I figure out what and how I want that to look, I will be doing backstage access so we can talk about whatever it is, or you can ask guests the questions to the guests directly. Or when I'm going through like this Tuesday, when we're going to go over using an HDMI switcher with the cam link and your computer or something like that, right? That's a little bit more technical. So then you guys can be in my ear and just have a more engaging experience. And then another cool feature is that by being a paid member, right? It's how can I give you your return on your investment? Of course, I want to bring value to the community. Of course, I want to be able to help you. I want other community members to be able to help each other because we are all experts in our own niche and things like that. So the biggest thing is community. That's what I will be saying over and over and over again, because it's not just me, it's all the members. So really enforcing that community aspect of it. But then having your money work for you is that I'm continuing to do different types of masterclasses. I do offer paid consulting / coaching. So if you wanted to have one-on-one eCam lessons or like my Stream Deck masterclass, Dr. Elo and I are partnering together, or we have partnered together, and we're going to do eCam in Espanol, right? So there's going to be other higher end, more thorough products and services that I offer on my Kajabi site. And as a member of the Mighty Networks community, you will get special discounted access codes. I haven't settled on that because the other thing is that there's going to be, what my vision is that with the master classes and the additional products that I start to bring out, they're going to be at different price points. So depending on what the price point is, what I will say, and I'm going to put this live so you guys can clip this and hold me to it and hold me accountable to it, is that I do know that with the discounted pricing structure, the more expensive the masterclass, the higher the discount. So what does that mean, right? Like if I have another masterclass of, let's say, similar to like the Stream Deck or something like that, that it's more intricate and the pricing is at a higher ticket, then if it's $200, then I'll give my community members, let's say, a 20% discount. If it's a course that it's maybe $75, then maybe it'll be a 10% discount. So you absolutely will get a discount. I just have to figure out how I want to do that. And for now, if you became a community member and are not currently a supporter of my Kajabi site, then all you have to do is just reach out to me and I'll generate a specific discount code just for you. So those are the benefits that you will get directly from me, right? That I can give to you as a return on your investment for choosing to be a part of the community. And then the other piece of it is, like we've said, just the community aspect of it. So let's go into now the meat and potatoes of Mighty Networks itself. That is from the homepage, right? So that's what that looks like. I'm just getting back to the right tab and I'm trying to navigate this with my Mac. And all right, good. Very good. Let me bring this down over here. And like I said, if you guys have questions, let me know. If you have feedback, let me know. Louis, what is cracking? I literally just gave you the plug. Luis, Mr. Camera Junkie, I just said that you and I are partnering together, or however you want to word that. I don't know. I don't want to cross any lines. I feel like it's a partnership. I said that I am hiring you to be my editor and we'll be working together. And I'm going to start releasing pre-recorded content next month because you are going to make my life so much easier. So I'm very, very excited for that. Anna and Fulgens, what is cracking, fam? How are you doing? Yeah. What is poppin'? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Obs, I didn't even go through it yet. I just went through the benefits, and Obs is like, yep, I'm in. Very cool. That is exciting. Thank you so much. Mr. Moderator says, joining the community also helps. I can't even get through this with a serious face. Joining the community also helps provide stale bread for the old man locked in the closet. Yes, because he sometimes does not deserve fresh food. So working together. Very cool. Very cool. So yes, Luis and I will be working together. I'm very excited to be partnering with him on this because I know he's going to make me a better video editor and a better content creator. So I'm really, really excited. Yes, Luis has joined the team. Absolutely. All right, so let's take a look at this. So you know what the benefits are. If you have suggestions or anything like that, I will be saying that over and over again because feedback is a gift. If you think that maybe something doesn't look, if I can explain it better or if it's not, clear, definitely let me know. So this is the homepage of the Mighty Networks community. And for the most part, the Mighty Networks communities look the same. We get to customize certain things like the colors, like a typical website, right? We get to customize the colors. We get to customize topics, spaces, and things to that extent. So we're going to go into that stuff. But this is very reminiscent of a Facebook community. This main page, I'm using the wrong mouse. So you can see here, so all of us here, because I think we all became friends. Everyone that is on here, we all became friends, I think more or less on somebody's Facebook community. So I know you guys know how to use Facebook. You can come in here. And so on the very top, you see that you can search the community itself, and then you can share. And let me turn on Pro Mouse. I guess my computer... maybe Pro. All right, so that'll be a little bit better to stand out. Okay, cool. So here, when you create a post, if you click on the plus sign by creating a post, you have some options. So you can bring in a picture, video, or a file. You can create your own polls, or you can have fun with it and you can add a GIF, GIF. You know what I'm saying? A meme, one of those. This go live is for me as the host. So that is if I wanted to do a private live stream, I'll take advantage of that. The way these communities work is that if you go live using their platform, then they limit the amount of hours that I can go live here. So I have to make sure that if I'm going live, it is structured, and I am very mindful of the timing because I think with my plan, I get 5 hours a month, which in theory would be one very concise hour live stream per week. So in theory, I can do the weekly Q&As or something like that, but I have to make sure that I'm on top of that. You can see here that I did this one post. It is featured. So as I create posts, if I want to pin that specific post to the featured so that everyone can kind of see that, right? Like it's in your face. That is, for now, what I chose to pin is the people video coming up. If we click on that particular link, you can see here the details of the event. So you have your days, your time, who's going, your RSVPs. You can choose to add this to the calendar. It gives you that access really easily, which I love. The event info itself. So with the event info, what I did was I just took Gigi's link. So this is Gigi's link here with her discount, and then you can buy the tickets with that discount. So, and that's because she's a speaker. She was able to get that. Let's see. And is there anything else here? And then it just shows who else is going. So we can close that there. So if we come over to the left-hand side, this is where the aesthetic from the front page is basically the only thing when it comes to the familiarity of Facebook. Now is where it starts to become a more structured, organized environment that I absolutely love. So if we click on the topics, on the right-hand side, these are topics that I chose. So one of the things that I'm telling my community members is that if there's topics that are missing and we start to talk about something specific that doesn't fall into any one of these categories, let me know and I can add that. But for now, I have Ecamm Live, right? So any questions Ecamm Live related, beta, non-beta, issues with interview mode, issues with overlays, anything like that, links, whatever the case may be, audio, regarding Ecamm Live, you would post in that topic section. Obviously, we have our audio section. So whether that is Rodecaster Pro, whether that is Wavelink, whether that is headphones, anything that is in relation to audio, that's going to go there. The same thing goes for video and camera. So your topics here we have are simple topics that I tried to think about from our perspective of content creators. What are the topics that we're constantly talking about? The only thing I guess that I didn't add on here, was a COA topic. So I guess I can add a pets topic there. I can't play with you. I cannot. Here you go. Thanks. The only thing, but in all seriousness, the only topic that as I started trying to do my welcome video earlier today that I said, oh, maybe I can do is I just have to figure out is an apps section, a dedicated software section. And I feel like that's a very broad general category. We all use apps for different things, right? So like, what do I mean by that? So you guys know that I use Notability for my digital note taking, but then we have, we use apps on our computer like Keyboard Maestro, like Pro Mouse, right? There's so many different types of software. So I know that there needs to be another section for that. If you guys have any ideas, let me know, but that's definitely missing. But for now, we can post that in the Shoot the Breeze category. And the Shoot the Breeze category is kind of like an off topic just for us to hang out. So if you do have pets, or if you do Gretchen is going to Botswana in a few weeks. I absolutely want her to share her experience with us, her pictures, anything cool, food, things like that. That would go in the Shoot the Breeze category, right? So you can see here, these are the different topics that we have. She's come back with a different toy. Okay, sit down. That toy was extremely slimy and slobbery. All right, so these are what the topics are. So pretty self-explanatory. I did kind of put little descriptions on there. What did I do? Okay, so I clicked on the Stream Deck / Loop Deck category because not a lot of people are Loop Deck users, so they can all go. Loop Deck doesn't need its own topic. It can all kind of go in here. And then for now, all I have is just a post about my masterclass. As we have questions or as new things come up, we can post it on there. One of the things that I'll be adding to this section is the new update, the new 5.3 Stream Deck software update, right? So things like that. Let's see. So let's just go back to topics. If I click on Ecamm Live, I actually have two posts within the Ecamm Live section. I have a poll that I created, right? So within the poll, it's, are you using Ecamm Live Beta 4.0? Yes, no, I didn't know there was a beta, other, right? And then you can put comments and things like that. So that's pretty cool. So that is the poll that I posted. And then I just created, I've been trying to figure out a blog post and get my creative juices going. And so I did release my very first blog post on my website, and it's regarding the Ecamm Live 4.0 beta. And so I shared that this is on my Kajabi website on the blog there, but I also basically copied and pasted and put that there because it was Ecamm related. So sorry guys, I'm trying to be on topic. I'm trying to be on brand and on topic today. And she is being a pup. So that's self-explanatory, right? So, I know that that's one of the things with Discord about really taking your community and hosting a space where things are going to be organized, where people can still engage and interact, but it's like more filtered because Facebook definitely does not have this, right? It's just posts. And then what happens is that it gets lost within the community. What is cracking, big brother? Yeah, what's popping? So within Facebook, it gets lost within the community. And that is why people, right, like Ecamm, like Doc, like myself, Diana, everybody's starting to build out their own communities because we want for you guys to continue to engage, but we are looking for there to be a little bit more structure because the chances are, and you guys, if you're active in the Ecamm community, the chances are that someone has this question today, 20 other people have the same exact question today, and then 70 people have the same exact question tomorrow. And so then what ends up happening in Facebook is that the actual solution that was posted gets lost in all the comments because there's no methodology for organization, right? So whatever route you choose, whether it's Discord, whether it's Mighty Networks, this is the best way to help keep it, a really good user experience where if someone has a dedicated question about, let's say, let me just get out of here. Let's just go back into topics. If someone has a question about the Rodecaster Pro, right, you can come in here and you can ask your question and then we can continue, right? So this post at that point, the post would in theory can be considered a thread, right? So if somebody went in and, asked about the mix minus feature on the Rodecaster Pro, well, you can put it and then all of the questions or all of the responses will be within here, if that makes sense. So it's just a really cool way to keep yourselves organized. So you have your topics. And then what's a little bit different that I did is that I also created a separate page called Spaces. And this page called Spaces, what I did, and you can have multiple spaces. We can have spaces for different topics. So for instance, like I mentioned, Dr. Elo and I are doing Ecamm en Español, right? And so what I can probably see myself doing is that I would do a space just for Ecamm en Español. Because what the spaces are is that the spaces are smaller communities, right? So it gets nested and filtered. So if we click on this, let me just go into the promote yourself. So promote yourself is exactly what it is that I want you guys to also grow your communities within the network of people that join the Tech Talk community. So in here, if we click in, it's just a whole nother, a new layer of the Mighty Network community. And if we go back to the left-hand side, if we click on topics, there's totally different topics. And because this is the promote yourself section, here is exactly that. I want you to promote all of your posts, your reels, your shorts, your pre-recorded videos, your live streams. If you have articles that you've created or something like that, you would come here in the community and what you want to share with us, anything you're proud of, any of your accomplishments. If you have an upcoming stream that you need support on or that you want to show support on, you would just come into whatever the dedicated category is and you would put that in here, right? So like Lewis does his weekly live stream every Saturday and he also has pre-recorded content. So then Mr. Camera Junkie would just come in to YouTube and then he would post. He can do a few different things. He can just share the post here. If let's say like Mr. Camera Junkie just released a video, I think it was yesterday, on Crisp, right? So he can come in here and just click the plus, put the link, and then it'll show up. Now, the reason why I stopped for a second is because I said Mr. Camera Junkie does a weekly live stream on Saturdays, every Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If Mr. Camera Junkie wanted to share that with the Tech Talk community, then what I would suggest and how I envision it in the community here is that within the promote yourself space, he would come into events. And here is where you guys, as the community members, will post your own events, right? So he would just click on the plus sign and then he would fill out the information. Now, what's really cool is that with the drop down, you can see that this can be posted in either or. So do you want it posted in the Tech Talk community? Do you want it promoted within Post Yourself? If we click on, right, so if this is a member live stream, and then we click on topic tag here, if it's going to be, I know that Lewis does to YouTube, right? So if it's a stream that he's doing to YouTube, then obviously it's going to go under there. If it's like Gabe, right? Gabe does a lot of streaming to LinkedIn. So then he would choose that. And then all of this stuff is self-explanatory. Your title, your day and time, the type of meeting. So is it a local meetup or is it an online meetup? If it's a stream, right, there's your link and you can put your thumbnail and then you can also put a description. And then what happens is that people, as they see this, they can RSVP. And similar to when I showed you the event for the people of video, it gives you the option to add it to your calendar so that you get reminded. And then you can also click on the link directly within the Mighty Networks community. So this is a cool section that I did where it's just for you to grow your communities, but then, grow your networks and share all of your information with us so that we can support one another. If we go back within the network, we're just going to click on the upper left-hand side that says back to network. And we are here. So all of your control is within the left-hand side. Now the discovery page is pretty cool, right? So I'm just going to go back to my home page because the home page is just a primary feed where you start to see everything. So you start to see your posts. So you can just kind of scroll through. You see events. You see different things. So Gretchen went in and she did her intro, right? So you can see that was shared with the community. I went in and I responded. There's my post that I did to Ecamm. So that's in your home page. It's just a general feed. If I now go and I take you to the discovery page, the discovery page is kind of like my whole Mighty Networks community in one section. So if we look at the top posts, these are the posts so far that have been added to the community. I live in Philly, so right now there are no members that live near me. But let's say Keith Pelzer became a member of the community. If Keith Pelzer became a member of the community and he shared his location, then that would show up as a member near me because you can also do local meetups. Let's see, you have your topics, right? So these are all the topics that I've created. You can scroll left and right. And if I just wanted to jump, I went back. I know what I did. Let me just go back over here to discovery. All right, hold on. Come back. Okay, I'm manning two different mouses and two different mice and two different computers right now. All right, so if you just wanted to jump into, let's say, lighting, then you can click there. Here you can see the members as the members start to come in and be a part of the community, any featured posts, any upcoming events, and then the spaces, right? Now, the bottom thing, which is also really cool, so you have a welcome checklist. Hey, let me get out of here. No, close. Hold on, don't go changing things. So you have your welcome checklist on the bottom, but then you can see that this has been persistent on the right-hand side where it says welcome back. And so it is a very small little pop out. If I minimize it, you can see here that it just says 0%. And what this is that this was something I customized it. So it's available to all of the Mighty Networks communities. The host can go in and customize it for their community itself. I'm still doing some work on it. If I go ahead and I just view the list full page, this is just, for me, the way I'm describing it is that it is a really cool way to help you navigate and learn the Mighty Networks community without me having to really even give you a tutorial. It's telling you what to do, right? Like it's telling you to introduce yourself. Download the app because there is a really cool, and it's clean. I love the aesthetic. So there's a really cool mobile app, and I can bring that on screen afterwards just to show you what it looks like on the app versus on desktop. If you wanted to control your notifications, and it's just giving you some reminders, right? Follow a topic, cheer something, RSVP, add a comment, start a chat, and invite somebody to the network. So let's see. I've already introduced myself. I have downloaded the app. I have adjusted notifications. So you can see that as I go ahead and I click on my checklists, and I did share a comment as Gretchen put stuff in. I went in to make sure to support her. I have topics followed. So RSVPing to an event, I'm going to leave open because for me, I'm going to leave that as a reminder when one of my community members go ahead and they create an event. Then I want to make sure that I'll RSVP to their event, and that's when I'll check it off. Adding a comment, starting a chat, so on and so forth. So I'm good here. I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to close the I'm going to pinch it. I'm not going to close it completely. And now I'm 55% of the way done. Let's see. So we are coming down to the wire. This was a cool GIF that I did for lighting. His head is in the light there. And if you click on it, so you can see down here, there's some language. And then if you click on it, it's going to take you directly to the lighting topic. The GIFs do take a little bit of time. Don't judge me if I'm saying GIF or GIF wrong. You guys know what I mean. They do take a little bit of time, as you can see here. Because I clicked on the picture, that's why. So I have to click on this X over here. And it's just a question. Key lights, soft boxes, just, to kind of get you guys engaged. If we come back over to the left-hand side and we click on members, these are all the members. Aubrey, what is cracking? Aubrey has joined the membership. I appreciate you. So I will click on follow there, right? And it gives us all the information. And then what's really cool is that, of course, a community is contingent upon its members to grow the community. So this is where you would come in, and you can do it one of two ways. You can go into members and you would click on invite, or on the left-hand column, you would click on invite directly. They look the same. Once you click on invite, they look the same. You can customize the link. So you can do it in one of two ways. You can invite people either by copying this link and sending it via Messenger through iMessage or whatever, text message or anything like that. Or if you know the person's email address, you can invite them via email. This is actually cool. I do like this option to invite via email because then you can customize the message itself. So if you have someone who's maybe a colleague of yours that is also trying to get into this type of content creation space, but you guys aren't on that like chill, message that you just text them. So you want to email them to make it a little bit more formal. You can customize that there. And then you hit send and they get the link and you get tracked. I haven't chosen anything. I don't know if Kathy is still here because I know Kathy will be the first one to say, so what do I get for becoming a gold member and a gold ambassador and referring 25 members or more? I probably will add some fun stuff to it with the rewards levels and for bringing people onto the community. I just haven't figured that out yet, but I did want to show you guys that. So please help me grow the community. That will be really great. And then on the left-hand side, all of the stuff basically that you can do is all from the left-hand side. So the only other thing that's here is that these are links, my specific links as the community host that I listed. So if you did want to quickly access my masterclasses or my consulting, you click on that link, right? I will do open in a new tab. and that will take you to my Kajabi site, right? So those are just some quick links for me as the host. So I did my my Kajabi website, my YouTube channel, and my Instagram. And then there's the industries, which I think is really cool, because then depending on, and that's up to you guys to go in. So as you're editing your profile, you can go in and select the industry that you're a part of. So right under educators, we have one member, and that's Kathy Walker. Kathy is a principal, right? So she falls under that educator category. And the thought process is that if, we start to grow the community, and when we start to grow the community, that there are other like-minded content creators in that same space, in that same industry, in that same niche, it'll be a really cool way to network and bounce ideas off of each other, right? Because I know that the way Kathy creates notes and the way she does templates for her teachers is, another teacher may find extremely, or another educator may find extremely valuable with her tools, or vice versa. There may be an educator that comes into the community and starts sharing things that then Kathy can go ahead and share with her school, right? So that's the purpose of what industries are, to really kind of go in and have that like-minded brainstorming session with one another. But that is the Mighty Networks in a nutshell. I know that Paul has done great. Thank you so much, Paul, for handling all of that stuff this evening. He has given you guys the link here. Let me just come back. So if you want to join, I would absolutely appreciate it and love to have you a part of the community. That is the link there. So you can, the short form, that's a longer one. I know that he had the shorter one here. That one was weird. He probably just did it because he copied and pasted directly from where I showed you guys. So it's community.indiad.live or indiad.live/community. And I would love to have you a part and join and giving feedback and just helping to grow the community. So Gretchen says, is there a way to add yourself to more than one industries? I don't think that there is. Let's see. Let's just go back. Let's go over here. Industries. That's a good question, Gretchen. So we click on industries. If I click on manage, so for me as the host, if I click on manage, this is the list itself. Right. So this is so industry, you can choose what you want to call it. So Paul says, I'm working on my gold status. Okay, Paul, I see you. So you can choose as the host, right? So it's profession, interest, cause, discipline. So depending on the type of network that you have, I can see some of these being, because there are, let's say it's a medical professional, health professional. So the condition, right? If you want to, I don't know, diagnosis, spectrum, role, identity, affiliation, expertise, industry. So I was looking at all of these and I was like, all right, I'm going to leave it as industry for us. So that was the name. Hi, Koa. And then managing the list, that's if I wanted to bring in, so you can see this is what I've done so far. Content creators, educators, or educators is twice. Entertainers, financial advisors, life coaches, life coaches, marketing, musicians. K-Walk says, what are the perks? Goodness, I'm getting a bad rep. You're not getting a bad rep. I just know you. You're just a funny person and you just like to make jokes, although I know that there's seriousness behind that jokes. Paul says to refresh the industries list. So let me go. Oh, I forgot. Paul is a moderator, so Paul can do all this stuff in the back end. So Paul has been doing, probably changing stuff with me. Koa, get out. Get out from there. Koa's about to end the stream because I got my stream deck pedal. You better get out of there. Let's just come in here. Nope. Clicking on the wrong thing, guys. All right. Let's refresh and let's go back to industries here. and then manage list. What was I looking for, Paul? You said to refresh, I don't know, financial advisors, entertainers, educators, content creators, life coaches. Well, we were going, while I wait for Paul, we were going in to see. So I would have to go in, Koa, out, to mine. And if I go to my view your profile. And so in the profile, it's actually really cool because this is another way where you can promote yourself. So you have your personal links. They don't have to be social media links. So if you have a podcast or you have your own website, so like this last link here, that's my Kajabi website. You can just type in the links there, and it'll show up. Let me see. And also the industry. So I'm going to click on edit here. No, Gretchen, I don't think. Let me see. So if I hit enter, no, it doesn't let you do more than one. Oh my God. She's got the zoomies. Yeah, so, and that's probably why I chose content creator for mine. Because I think I actually did want to, I'm just going to close it. I think I did want to put both financial advisor and content creator for mine. And it didn't let me. So I just chose content creator. Paul says, never mind, I can't change anything. Really? So we have to look at that because you're a moderator. So I don't see. I'll take a look. But that is the Mighty Networks. That is my tech talk community. I'm very excited to have the community launched. Very excited to have you guys as supporters. Thank you so much for Aubrey to sign up. And for those of you guys that will be signing up in the future, really excited to have you. And like I said, feedback is a gift and we are going through this together. So that is that. Let me see. I did that in an hour and 12 minutes. I think that was pretty good. Oh, that is the whole thing. So now let me just come back over here. Paul says, I thought when I changed my industry, it would show up. Oh, so that means, let me see. If I go back. Let me see. So I would have to go to members. Let's see what Paul did. Professional moderator. Oh, that's actually really cool. I like that. So it did show up under Paul. So Paul, so you can do your own. So it didn't show up. So that's interesting. It didn't show up here, but if you can see under the list in general, but you can create your own industry there. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look at this. And then in industries, you can actually create posts. Look at that. I just learned something. So what I did was, that was pretty cool. I'm glad you told me to look at it, Paul. Let's go back. Nope, that's the wrong one. 2. What's happening here? I don't know how to use my trackpad. All right, let's just go back here. So what I did was I went into Paul's page, and then under industry, that's actually a hyperlink. So you can click on the industry. So you see here, this is a perfect example, right? So Paul has his YouTube channel, but then under his personal links, that is his store for his blocked words list. So clicking on that there, if someone clicks on Paul's channel or Paul's customized link, now it's going to take you directly to the blocked words list because that's what he's sharing with the community. So, excuse me. That's really cool. I like that. And then let's see what else. So this shows all the information for Paul. And then what I did was under the industry, I was saying that this is a hyperlink. So if we click on the industry, that actually creates kind of its own page. So then Paul, what I would do is I would just do a quick post. When you have some time, I would just do a quick post about being a moderator and the block words list. And then, kind of giving, um, what is it? Why can't I talk today? Doing like your own, doing a blast for that there. Because what'll happen is you post it here, right? And you post the link and stuff. And you can even do this. This is actually really cool too, that I like about Mighty Networks, is that you can even do the post. You see here, it says expand to article. Now you can create an article. So if Paul really wanted to get fancy and create an article about why it's so important to take advantage of his blocked words list as a content creator, now he can come in, he can do a title, and he can add some stuff here, right? And so if you click on this plus sign over here, this is cool, is that he can add a video, photo, video, or file. He can do a link to a video. He can embed a specific website link here. And then obviously this is numbers, bullets, and then he can also add a line. So if he really wanted to add some pizzazz and bring attention to his block words list, he can do this as an article, share it under the professional moderator industry. But then what that will do is that once he can, let me see if we do a topic, it's probably only going, he can even do this. Oh, this is really cool. So then he can do this under the industry. Paul, I'm telling you this, hint, I would say do it when you get time, right? You can do this under live streams, add the topic under live streams, and then you can either choose to post this under India's Tech Talk community or under promote yourself. I would put this under the Tech Talk community because it's promoting yourself, but it's also helping us as content creators, right? Like a lot of us are already using your block word list. So I would tell you to do that way, do an article, and then under topics. So if you list it under the live stream topics, this is going to show up in all of these organized different places. So it will show up under, this professional moderator industry. If you click on topics, if he would have selected the live streaming topic, then it'll show up under this topic here. Oh, wait, you guys already did stuff. Wait, Paul. He's ahead of me. I'm like, wait a minute. Well, all right then. Okay. Well, Paul is on it. So you can see here, protect your social media streams. Well, then this is what I'm saying. So he posted that there. Fantastic. Very cool. And it should be now if I go back home, because he just did that. Boom. That is what I am talking about. It also showed up on the main page here. So then I can go ahead and I can heart this. And if I want to, I'm not going to do it now because I don't have my keyboard set up with the MacBook Pro. But if hey, Koa, chill out. Terrorizing Tyler upstairs. I can go ahead and I can comment on it. I can, do whatever that is and just keep the conversation going. So that is super cool. I really like that. And let me see. So we click on it. So you can see if I click on it, it takes you right here is the page here. There's the post. You can click on the link. It'll take us back to that blocked words link. Oh, that's actually his website. Oh, look at this. See? Hold on. Let me go back. His website. Put your social media streams. Get your block words list. Paul, that might be the wrong link. Because look, that link went to your YouTube channel, not your Gumroad page. So, but that's really cool, right? So this is what I'm saying about the community, where now everybody is helping each other and working on the content creation space. So I'm really excited. I've been working on this for about 2 weeks because I did get a free trial. I got a 14-day free trial, so I needed to make sure that I got it as personalized as possible. There are some minor things that I want to do. I am going to do a separate welcome video for new members, just kind of walking people around how to do things. And then just deciding on when I'm going to do my weekly Q&As, and I have to provide the links to schedule the one-on-ones with me. So there's still a little bit of work, but it's a work in progress. And I feel like there is enough going on here now with the organization where you guys can come in and start to really just build on the community and ask questions and get things going. So I am excited. That is what we have. I appreciate every single one of you guys. We are good to go. Gretchen says, gotta run. All right, my friend. 270 kicking off in 8 minutes. I love this thing so much. Oh, I'm so glad. That makes me really happy. I'm glad you like it. I'm really excited to grow the community and just work with you guys on this. So on Tuesday, so we're going to end the stream there. Let me see if this works. That is see, something happens with the Stream Deck after a while that it doesn't do the post again. That's really weird, but that's okay. Yeah. Oh, see, I have to now none of my posts on my Stream Deck are not working, but that's all right. So on Tuesdays, this week's Tech Talk Tuesday, we are going to be talking about using a HDMI switcher. I was trying to get the language right. Using an HDMI switcher so that you can use, I'm excited too, Obs, very excited to have you a part of the community. So let's do this. Hold on one second.
One time out of 10.
Oh, I guess I could have done this too.
We just can't
because I have a
pretend.
Rodecaster Pro.
This love thing can take time. 3 times, then I'm in.
I'm going back and forth.
I heard through the grapevines. You missing a playtime.
Yeah, I don't
Girl.
know. It's weird, and then you just have to go in. And
Your
that's
beauty
what
make 'em
I'm
bow
doing.
down. I need that body right now. Yeah.
But it's still a pain in the butt.
The love will never die down. Together we can fly now. So, baby, don't you ever be afraid to fall in love with me.
I'll probably use my
Let me be your parachute. One time out of 10, 4 times on the state lines.
Paul said you couldn't hear me. Oh, I know why. You can probably hear me better. I know, because the music was coming from the wrong source. All right, so that makes sense. Thanks so much, Paul.
One time
So I need to lower the music from here. And then you still should... Where did my microphone go? The levels. Oh, they're hidden behind the comments. That's why. Got it. Okay, I know why that wasn't working. Thanks, Paul. So I was just saying that on Tuesday we're going to talk about taking one cam link, connecting 2 different things to it, right? And so you wouldn't do that with your primary camera. This is my primary camera, but I do have my ZV-1 behind me. I have the GoPro camera back there, right? So I have the Koa cam. This is my overhead camera, but this is USB. And then check this out.
One time out of 10, 4 times on the state lines. We fly till the end. My hands on your waistline. Sky high, feel the wind. 5 times won't you be
So I just pressed the button. There you go. It did some weird thing. Did you see that? But I just pressed the button on the switcher and it switched between my MacBook Pro and my ZV-1. So 1 cam link, 3 HDMI cables. But if it's something with an angle that you don't need all the time, that's a great way to save some money and then bring really good quality another way. And you can do that with different cameras too. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like making your own A10 Mini at a cheap price. So that's what we're going to be talking about on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. Thank you guys. You guys are the absolute best. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I need to do another end scene. I did my 100 days and I haven't done any end scenes. So we're just going to use an old one for now. Buenos nachos. Good night. Nos vemos. Have a good Monday. Back to work. Womp, womp, womp. And I'll catch you guys on Tuesday. Peace out, y'all. If I can figure out that scene. I don't even know where the... Oh, there it is. All right, guys.
And no matter how long it takes, I'll be right here by your side. I'll be right here by your side. You know this. And no